Welcome back to Central Valley Music on CentralValleyTalk.com. As always, I am your host here, Batlord Carcas, and tonight we have our guest on board through Skype, Jason. And he is part of the Forever Fresno. That is his show that airs on, that's on the air as well. Hello, Jason. How are you?
Pretty good. How you doing today?
So far, really well. I can say the same.
All right.
So that's what's good. So I would like to be able to ask you to share with our audience about yourself and being the host of the Forever Fresno Show.
All right. Well, I was born and raised in Fresno, California, and so I thought I would create a show, like you said, Forever Fresno Show, and we have a tagline, and that is news, insight, and entertainment. So we don't take ourselves too seriously, but we do talk about some of the issues and some of the news of the day. For example, articles, and we talk about those on the show with my co-hosts. I have Sergeant Dixon. He's a retired law enforcement officer who just moved here from Georgia. And then I also have my other regular co-host, JT, who is a teenager growing up in Fresno. And if you can feel free to talk to them or ask them questions, they're here with me also.
Wonderful. Hello as well, guests for Jason's guests. I am curious to ask as well for your being co-hosts on Forever Fresno.
Yeah, so actually, Sergeant Dixon here, he's tapping me on the shoulder. He wants to get on. So I guess I'll let him on. He doesn't have a lot of patience, but I'll let him on. Okay. So go ahead, Sergeant Dixon, go ahead. Thank you very much, sir, for having me on the show. I just wanted to say, I wanted to tell you that I'm from the state of Georgia, and I just moved out here from the state of Georgia. I retired. I moved out here just a few months ago, and I did some research on the internet, and Fresno popped up. And my understanding is there's a lot of stuff to do out here in Fresno. So we moved out here. Me and my wife, Dorothea, we packed up the truck, and we said, we're going out to sunny California. We're going out to Fresno, California.
Wonderful. And I can tell you, do you really love Fresno as well, Sergeant Dixon?
I'm having a real good time out here. My research on the internet, we found out a real good place to live out here in Fresno, down by the Fresno Fairgrounds, real premium place, part of Fresno, and that's I'm really proud to be a resident of Fresno.
It's really wonderful. What would you say is the biggest difference between Fresno and when you were living in Georgia?
Well, you know what? There's a lot of cultural differences between Georgia and Fresno. Now, we have a lot of customs down there in Georgia, and I come from, I don't know if you ever heard of it, but it's Brunswick, Georgia. I retired out of there. Yeah, and there's a lot of cultural differences. For example, if you're walking across the street, you might do a tip of the hat to the person you crossing in the crosswalk with. But, out here in Fresno, they don't do that type of thing. So I'm, kind of adjusting on that, kind of customs and everything.
Well, luckily for me, being that I'm wearing my hat tonight, black leather kind of cowboyish hat, I get to tip my hat to you as a customary greeting from your native region.
Well, thank you very much. I do appreciate it. Yeah, and we also have JT. I don't know if you want to talk to him. He's here. He's very anxious to get on, and he's very nervous, but he's very anxious to get on the program.
Well, definitely I'm curious to, especially because youth in Fresno, I want to hear their JT's expressions and opinions about living in Fresno. Yes, I am more than happy for sure, Jason.
Okay, yeah. JT, you want to get on here and talk, just introduce yourself? I'm kind of nervous and stuff, but what I wanted to say is I'm going to Tioga Middle School next year. But last year I graduated from Centennial Elementary School, and I just wanted to say hi to my teacher, Mrs. Jensen, my 6th grade teacher. And also I wanted to say hi to my friends like Jason P and Jason F, All right, we hold on, JT. We don't want to, go too far. We just want to do an introduction here. We don't want to, say hi to everybody that you know. Oh yeah, well, I just wanted to say hi to everybody. So yeah, like, yeah, sorry and stuff.
Well, JT, I am glad that you get to also, as well, for being a co-host on Forever Fresno Show, to be able to come on to Central Valley Music, to be able to talk about this stuff. Like, how would you say living in Fresno is for you, JT?
I don't know, because, like, I don't talk to a lot of people that much, but, like, I have to say that, like, there's a theory we're testing on our show, and it's like, my mom, like, she wants to send me, like, the Clovis School District instead of Fresno, because she says, like, better schools. But, yeah, but, like, I heard that, like, all the kids are, like, stuck-up rich kids in Clovis and stuff. So, like, I don't know. Okay, we don't want to make any generalizations here. I'm sorry. This is Jason Matthews again. I don't want to make any generalizations here, but, yeah, if you have any other further questions, yeah, feel free.
Oh, yeah. Well, I figure I get to ask one more thing for JT, for sure, and before we get back to Jason here. What would you say it is like being a co-host on Forever Fresno Show for you?
Yeah, like, I think it's, like, really cool, because, like, all my friends and everything, they like to, like, hear me, and, like, everybody's talking about me, like, on the show and stuff, and, like, they're, like, telling all the students and all the schools and everything. So, like, I don't know, but, like, the rumor is that, like, I'm getting kind of popular and stuff in the Fresno areas.
This is really cool. I bet it is very exciting for especially somebody young in Fresno getting to a level of prominence, I'm guessing.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Yeah, that's like, it's like really cool and stuff.
That's awesome. So, what would you say are some of the what would you say is some of the things as a young person in Fresno that you feel is very important these days?
Like growing up in Fresno, like, I like to, like, listen to, like, music and stuff. So, like, I listen to, like, Justin Bieber and everything, and, like, all these, like, cool, like, I forget that dude's name. Like, I mean, not like a dude, but, like, that other guy that sings that song. All right, okay. We don't want to go into that detail, but what was your question again? I think you kind of got off track.
Well, like, what is being in middle school and being a young person in Fresno, what would it be, what would it be like, what are some of the things that are, seems important to JT these days, and their age, and especially with the world around them here in Fresno?
Well, like, I don't know, but, like, this summertime, we've been going out to, like, the Island Water Park and stuff. So, like, yeah, like, me and my friend Jeffrey, we go over there and we, like, hang out, like, look at all the cute girls and stuff. So, like, I don't know if that's what you mean or nothing.
Well, you definitely had nailed it. I would say that's pretty much a good answer for, knowing what it's like being in your current time of life and everything, and especially how it is, like what you enjoy doing here in Fresno. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a little nervous, so I apologize. He's still trying to figure it all out, but this is Jason Matthews again. I just wanted to say that, I think it's really unique that we have a young teenager growing up in Fresno, kind of as I grew up in Fresno, and then we also have someone from a different perspective coming in from another state, from a different culture, and seeing that fresh perspective on the city of Fresno, or the area of Fresno.
I definitely enjoying definitely enjoying you and your co-hosts on the show tonight, because I know it's really cool to see what's happening in Fresno and being able to share the camaraderie of like how we are all covering entertainment and even sometimes some social issues and different things that happen in our area and abroad. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And we have listeners worldwide, because not only the people who live in Fresno now, but we have people that grew up and were born and raised in Fresno and moved away, or at some point lived in Fresno. So they still have interest in Fresno. And just like your show there, it's all about Fresno, or the Central Valley in your case.
Yes, yeah, because I definitely love to talk about music, art, politics, and then I see on your end how you get to have this connection with similar means and enjoying like doing stuff like that covers definitely lighthearted in ways, and also gets to talk about some cool, serious stuff. I can tell. Yeah, it's definitely cool.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, again, we don't take ourselves too seriously. We deal with serious issues like you just talked about, and pop culture and all those things. But again, I let JT, and of course they get out of control a little bit sometimes. JT and Sergeant Dixon, and he, by the way, and he insists that I call him Sergeant. So. That's just, I guess, a respect thing from the South. But he, they get a little bit out of control, but, I let them kind of entertain me at times.
It's really wonderful. And I would like to ask you, Jason, how long have you been doing this show? And then I'll ask, how long have you been doing for the Forever Fresno Show? And what was the earliest you got started in doing, entertainment, show stuff?
Yeah, we just started recently. We have, 5 episodes out right now. And so, we post on YouTube, and we also post over on our website, foreverfresno.com, as well as you can find us on Twitter and Facebook. Just type in Forever Fresno Show, and it should pop up, and you can see all of our content.
Wonderful. That is great. And especially knowing that you got a good website for people to go to, and for our audience to definitely check out Forever Fresno Show and foreverfresno.com especially. Definitely a wonderful and very, very excited to see. I'm going to have to definitely tune in with Forever Fresno here soon. Yes.
Right. Yeah. Thanks. And we let Sergeant Dixon and JT, they post over on Facebook daily. If you want to find out what's going on with them, all the listeners, feel free. Just type in Forever Fresno Show into the search bar over at Facebook.
Wonderful. I'm so glad that we could have some time to get acquainted, and especially being able to promote the show, and as well meeting Sergeant and JT. Along with you, Jason Matthews. I am so glad that you can come on the show anytime. Bringing you and the Sarge and JT anytime.
Okay, I appreciate it. And then also one more thing I wanted to mention is we do have call-in guests, and also the listeners have the opportunity to come on the program. Also, if you want further information, again, go over to foreverfresno.com, click on the support tab, and all the information will be over there. But I appreciate you allowing us to come on the program. I know, again, Sergeant Dixon and JT, they kind of get nervous or get out of hand, but I appreciate you being very patient with them.
Oh, it's always a wonderful time. Thank you so much, too, as well.